Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how I plan to scale my lead generation agency from zero, which is the current point, all the way up to 30K per month. And I plan to do this in the next couple of months. I think June 30th is a realistic goal. I know, of course, obviously it's a plan, but plans never work out the way they're supposed to. But at least if I have a plan, then I can hit some goal, right? If I shoot for 30K, then maybe I'll get to 10K, hopefully. So in this video, I'm going to share my strategy for accomplishing this goal. Basically, what it boils down to is any business, my business is a lead generation agency, but any business, it needs clients at the top coming in, right? At the top of the funnel. This is the most important thing. So I could have like the best cold emails. I do cold email. Um, I could have the best cold emails, the best infrastructure, the best mentorship, doesn't matter. The best, sales scripts, whatever. But if I don't have any clients to apply this to, it doesn't really matter. So my number one priority should be client acquisition. So basically 85% of the time I should be doing outreach, some sort of outreach, some sort of lead generation, client acquisition. And the way I plan to do that is twofold. Now, content, basically, and cold outreach. These are the two pillars of my client acquisition strategy. And I'll get into the math of that a little bit later. But, there's basically just a handful of ways to attract new clients. You have content, which is YouTube videos, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever, and social media. You have cold outreach, could be cold calls, could be cold emails, could be knocking on doors, like literally physically. Then you have paid ads, and then you have referrals. These are the only four things you can do to grow a business, basically. And paid ads, I'm not going to do that because obviously I don't have any cash flow to sustain that. So paid ads are out of the question for the time being. When the business grows, sure. Currently, no. Word of mouth, that doesn't work because obviously I don't have any clients to refer me. So that leaves me with content and cold outreach. So for content, I plan on doing YouTube and Twitter. And LinkedIn, I'll get into why I'm going to do that just now, a little bit later. And for cold outreach, it's going to be cold email and cold DMs. Okay. So let's get into that. The content strategy, the content bit is going to be Twitter, which I'm going to be aiming at 5 posts per day. And then 5+ replies to other people's tweets, basically. So engaging with other accounts, building real relationships, not spamming them with AI generated content or anything. Just building a real relationship with people. And that's basically my growth strategy on Twitter, right? YouTube, posting videos twice a week, videos like this one. And LinkedIn, to be completely honest, I'm kind of afraid to post there because, I currently have a job as a software developer and I have like 1,000 connections there. And some of them are um, related to my current job. So I don't really want people seeing that I'm doing something on the side. I know it's stupid, but I might have to create a new account for LinkedIn, but I'll see. For now, I'm not gonna touch LinkedIn post there. I mean, I will be doing LinkedIn for cold DMs, but not posting. Okay, so how I'm gonna actually do that? Okay, basically 3 strategies. The first strategy is if I were to divide my business into a bunch of categories. You have the lead generation bit, of course. You have the sales calls. You have onboarding, you have service fulfillment, you have case studies, you have systems operations. And basically, if I were to divide my business into all of these are like the overarching topics, right? And so for each topic or subcategory, I can brainstorm like 50 commonly asked questions, or I can ask ChatGPT to come up with these 50 questions per section, basically. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 50. That's 300 possible FAQs for each topic. And I learned this from Matt Larson. He's a sort of on YouTube. He talks a lot about this, and I think that's a genius strategy to follow. So basically, that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, let me pull up. Yeah, let me pull up the actual sheet. Let me just go there. You see content here, and here's the actual document that I'm going to show you right now, right? So yeah, this is basically the prompt for ChatGPT. Give me 550 high-level FAQs related to this subcategory, And basically, I have all of these questions that I can now go in and create Twitter posts answering these questions, create posts on Twitter. And then I'm going to turn the best performing tweets. I cannot even type it for some reason. I'm going to turn the best performing tweets into YouTube videos and maybe LinkedIn posts. So currently on Twitter, I have, I think, 77 followers. So not that much, but yeah, growing. And basically, the accounts I'm going to be interacting with are like people are like Charlie Morgan and all the people that follow him. So when they comment under his post, I'm going to comment as well. Daniel Fazio, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, genius guy, Serge Guattari, and a bunch of others, who are in the space. So these are people I'll follow. And then I create all of these tweets. You'll notice I have all of these bolded, which I've already created some tweets around these. And yeah, turn the best performing tweets into videos. Now, strategy 2 is going to be directly documenting the journey and the processes I'm actually following on a day-to-day basis and turning those into a video. And that's what I'm doing with this very video. I'm going to post this on YouTube. And this falls under strategy number 2, okay? Basically documenting the journey. And strategy number 3 would be like finding similar channels on YouTube that I follow, like in the space, right? So you have Charlie Morgan, Alex Hormozy, you have Jim Fung, you have Daniel Fazio, you have all these guys, right? A bunch of other channels. And you go over their content basically and find the outliers, basically videos that have performed better, like 2 or 3 or 4 times better than their average video. And then I take that and I steal, copy the style of the thumbnail and the style of the title. And then I apply that to my own business and create videos like that. So basically strategies 2 and 3 are for YouTube and coming up with content for YouTube. And strategy 1 is both written and then YouTube, right? So it's a 3-pronged basically strategy. Okay. So much for the content bit, right? Content. Now the cold outreach. I'm not going to be doing cold calls. I'm going to be doing cold emails and cold LinkedIn DMs. And LinkedIn DMs, I've already had some success with that. I already have a couple of one booked call over a LinkedIn DM. So that was good. And hopefully the guy becomes my first client. So basically what I do there is I find leads on Apollo.io. You don't need a paid account there to do that. And then I target companies 1 to 20 people in English-speaking countries that are in this niche, right? The niche could change, obviously. And then I just look them up on LinkedIn, and send them a DM with a custom 30-second loom, right? So you'll see here I have a loom stuff that I've let this just load. Why is this not loading? I'm sorry. So let's wait for it to load. And basically send them a custom loom to each one. Okay. So yesterday I did about, why is this loading so slowly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looms, right? And none of them have been seen yet, but basically like 30, 40 seconds each. And it's a custom loom for them, just pitching them my service and how I can be helpful to them, and that's the first strategy on LinkedIn, cold DMs. And the second one is cold emails. And basically as a lead generation agency, that's what I'm going to be doing, cold emails. So I use Instantly. I know some people use Smart Lead. I use Instantly. And then I use Apollo. And I scrape Apollo with Apify, which if you're not familiar with Apify, it's just this platform. And it's very cheap to scrape Apollo leads. Like, so 1,000 leads for $1.20, which is pretty cheap, right? And then I verify the leads with Million Verifier. And this goes into my Instantly account. And then 10 domains times three mailboxes, it's 30 mailboxes, right? So let me show you. I'm currently running a campaign. You'll notice HR companies, basically recruitment agencies, 1 to 20 people in English-speaking countries. And I've already sent like for the past 20 seconds. So today is the 1st of February. So like the past 9 days, I think I've sent 1.2K emails. This is because, I'm gradually ramping up the volume. So 5 emails in the first couple of days, then 10 emails, then 15 emails per mailbox, right? And you'll notice here I have like 30 mailboxes, and like half of them I'm using only 9 for this campaign. And tomorrow I'm going to ramp up the volume, right? For with the rest. Basically, I'm going to add another I think 20 to 30 mailboxes to this campaign. So the volume is going to shoot up to like 500 emails per day, right? And yeah, so let me actually show you some math. And this is the um basically the inputs that can make me some money, basically. So you'll notice, let me get this. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay. So let's say this is my strategy, right? I create content, like 1 to 2 videos per week. I send cold DMs, and I send cold email. And these are the months: month 1, month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so basically here I see, okay, it takes me 10,000 views, and this is a very arbitrary number, obviously, but for each 10,000 views I get on my YouTube channel, for example, I'll be able to book a single call. Okay. And for the LinkedIn DMs, every 100 DMs, I can book a call, one call. And for every 3,000 emails sent, I can book one call. So obviously these are conservative numbers, but I want to start off conservative. I don't want to shoot for the moon. I just want to be realistic, grounded in reality, basically. And let's just say I have 20 active days per month. So on 20 days per month, I'll be sending five, 5 DMs per day. And on these days, I'll be sending 135 emails per day. And these are the stats, like 20 times 135 is 2,700, basically, right? And that's the numbers. So basically, if I do run these numbers, I'm going to get 2.6 by the end of the 6th month, mind you. I'll get 2.6 calls off of YouTube and just the content. And let's just say the lifetime value of a customer is $2,000. Okay, they sign for 1 month and then they churn. Okay, that's the lifetime value because my service sucks. Let's say so 2.6 calls, and my closing rate is just 10%. So of these 2.6 calls, 10% is 0.2 clients, right? And that comes out to about $500 at the end of the 6 months for content. And then cold DMs, LinkedIn basically is 600 DMs for 6 months. And that's 6 calls, because 600 divided by 100 is 6 calls. And that's 0.6 clients I close, basically. And that's an expected value of $1,200. And for the emails, it's pretty much the same. 16,000 emails sent over the course of 6 months. And that's 5 calls, and that's 0.5 clients, right? And so the total value of everything is like $2,800. So basically I'm broke. But of course, these are super conservative numbers. So let's start playing with that, right? To hit the goal, 30,000. So I imagine I'll need to be sending at least, be active on 28 days of the month, right? At least. And this bumped it up to 3,700. And let's say I'm sending 10 DMs per day, not 5, which is doable, right? One loom takes me like finding the company on Apollo, going on their LinkedIn, just seeing who the decision maker is, and then basically recording the loom, customized loom. This takes me like 5 minutes, let's say, per DM. So that's 50 minutes per day doing DMs, like 10 DMs, right? And then this now bumped it up to 5,300 over the course of dollars over the course of 6 months. Still not good, not very impressive, right? And then let's say we're sending at scale 400, like, so I have 30 mailboxes. Let's see, 30 mailboxes times 15 new leads per day is 450 emails per day. And now that's 75,000, right? And let's say I get a little bit better at sales. So that's 0.2. So 20%. Every 10 calls, I get 2 clients, right? And now this is $1,700 for 6 months. And it's a far cry from 30K per month, right? For this to be 30K per month, I would need to be at 180,000, basically 10 times that, right? So I have to either now increase the lifetime value. Let's say I get a little bit better, and instead of 1 month, they churn after 2 months, right? So let's say it's $4,000 lifetime value. Now this is 35K. And let's say because I started getting case studies, I slashed it. So every 1,500 emails, I get a call, right? So now this goes up, right? And let's say every 80 DMs generate um generate a call, right? I get better at this. I get case studies. I I I find out what the correct angle is, and maybe let's say 8,000 views, right? So that's 60K. That's basically $10,000 per month with these numbers. I think these numbers are not realistic. Sorry, not unrealistic. So they're realistic. Okay, I think these numbers are realistic. So the way this is going to work is if I can start getting like one call per 1,000 emails, that would be really good. And then maybe if I bump up the closing rate to 25%, you know. So this has a huge impact on things and the lifetime value. So if I do $5,000 lifetime value, now we're starting to cook, obviously. So I think these are all the variables that determine, the basically your volume and how good you are at the operations. Basically, I mean that's the business, right? So um, yeah, in order to get to 180K, which is $30,000, let's just not do that. Let's just say it's 30% closing rate and $5,500. Maybe I think it has to be 6K, right? So at 30% closing rates, I have to be really good, and then a lifetime value of $6,000. So yeah, this is the math. And yeah, I think it's doable. I know what I have to do, but it's going to be pretty hard to do, obviously, to execute on all of this. Okay. I'll see you in the next one, guys.